was asked over here, there's many communities, especially by the Bukharians, that they read Patach Eliyahu Navi before the prayer, before Shacharit, before Mincha, and they want to say, sometimes, Rabbi, there's only one guy that reads Patach Eliyahu Navi. The rest of the people come afterwards for the Korbanot, and they come in, Kadish al Israel. The Halacha Rabotai, that a person says Kadish, it's only true, Kadish means the end point of a session. You have a certain matter that you were dealing with, you finish that matter, then you say Kadish. A person reads Sefer Torah. You finish the Sefer Torah, 7 Olim, Mashlim with Kadish. Kadish means the end point of something that you were doing. It's not a starting point of whatever you're about to do. You understood the difference? Kadish means Zakon shel Chota. Ты начал, закончание это Кадиш.
От начала до конца.
Но от начала до конца. Начал что-то, закончил его. Вот это Кадиш на это вещь пойдет. But if a person did not participate in that matter, what's his connection to this Kadish? That's why it says of something in the prayer. A person finishes this section at Shacharit in the morning, right? We have a few Kadishim. You're finishing the first Olam Asiyah, you get Kadish. You finish the Olam Abriya, you get Kadish. You get Siyah, Kadish. Każdy raz just Kadish, Kadish, Kadish. So Kadish means the end point of something. So if one person, just did it, there's the by himself reads it. Nobody else reads it over here. So how can the person that just came in right now say the Kadish for something else? That's the question I was asked. Is it true or no? So Bemet Rabotai, the Magen Abraham says whatever they says that if you did not participate in 10 people inside the Bet HaKnesset, for example, Moshe Yaakov right now reads Patach Eliyahu Utram. There were 10 people while he was reading it. Magen Abraham writes, even though they didn't read, but because you had obligation of Kadish because there were 10 people, and one person learns Patach Eliyahu, learns something else. Since there is a learning going on, you can say the Kadish as Magen Abraham. But if there was not 10 people, Moshe Yaakov by himself said Kadish, Pat Kashboma, 10 people, you cannot say Kadish. That's the opinion of Magen Abraham. Some people follow Magen Abraham. However, the Taz in Siman Nun Hey, Sif Gimel, Sif Katan Gimel, whoever wants to look inside afterwards, you can see. Says the Taz of him, מתוך דברי הפוסקים שכתבו, ואומר קדיש ואי אפשר אותו בפחות מ10, משמע דפוסקים, פסוקי דזמרה, אין צריך 10, דאפילו אם אומרן ביחידות, כל שיש 10 בשעת אמירת הקדיש, די בכך. וכן משמע ממה שכתב הרמה. Says the Taz, what if a person right now came כנסו, אמרו לו, הבבאים וקם כנסו, there is ברוך שאמרתי להשתבח, after להשתבח there is קדיש. אומרים כנסו, ברוך שאמר, נהייתו מניין. No 10. You started, ברוך שאמר, אשר ישוב ביתך, הללויה, אז השיר משה, ובני ישראל קמו, ברוך השם, בני ישראל came. אז השיר משה, בני ישראל came. Right now, at the beginning of the ברוך שאמר, there was not 10 people. There was maybe 7, 8, 9, there was not 10. At the Kadish, время пришел Кадиш, 10 зашел. Shalom Aleichem. Can you say Kadish?
Yes.
Huh? Says the Taz, if there is no 10 at the time that you started Baruch She'amar, at the time you say Kadish, there is 10. You're allowed to say the Kadish. This is clearly against the Magen Abraham. The Magen Abraham said if there is no 10 people from the beginning, you cannot say the Kadish. But Taz argues with him. Taz is Rabbi David Segal. How do we pass in Rabotai? Says the Rav Ovadia Yosef. Bottom line, we can follow the Taz opinion. Bottom line, a person can follow the Taz opinion. But he says, if you want to follow all opinions, you want to cover everybody's opinion, make a learning session, even though it's a short one. Whenever there are 10 people already. What is it? Moshe Yaakov, the 10th guy walked in. What do you say right away, Kadish? You say Kadish al Israel? Or do you say Rabbi Hananiah ben Akashya Omer? What is this, Rabotai? That's a learning session. Even though it's the shortest learning session you ever participate in, but it's a learning session. Since that's Mishnah that you said, Rabbi Hananiah ben Akashya Omer, it counts as a learning session. When people walked in right now, they say Kadish. What is saying Kadish? The end point of the learning session. Even though it was not a long learning session, it was a short one. But nevertheless, it's a learning session. So it says, therefore, Rav Ovadia Yosef says, if a person will say Rabbi Hananiah ben Akashya Omer, whenever there is 10 people already, since they heard Rabbi Hananiah ben Akashya Omer, that's the participant in the learning of 10 people. So even the Magen Abraham would agree that you're allowed to say the Kadish in such a way. However, says Rav Ovadia Yosef, that's only true whenever the 10 people understand Rabbi Hananiah ben Akashya Omer. But when a person comes to Kaneso, he hears Rabbi Hananiah ben Akashya Omer. What is he thinking? Get prepared, Kadish is coming out. That's what people think. They don't pay attention. What is Rabbi Hananiah ben Akashya Omer? Ratza HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Lezakot et Israel. לפיכך חיבה להם תורה ומצוות. People don't pay attention to this. Rabbi Hanan ben Shomer is today, get ready for Kadish. That's today the alarm clock. So since it's not really a learning session, you're back to the mahloket between Magen Avraham and the Taz. So I suggested, what's the best way out? Zamiast Rabbi Hanan העברית ציבור גברית, Mishnah you're allowed to say in Russian, Mishnah you're allowed to say in English, and even in Bukharian. Because Rabbi Hanania Psliya Kashya Mego, Chosta Kuchav Elchu, Chalchi Israel, Zachut Yamoy, Yoshava. He can make it in a funny way, and at the same time people understood what you want. A person, or say it in Russian. Bole Yaakov, you know Russian well? Huh? Say in Russian. Rabbi Hanan говорит, что народ Израиль, чтобы их награда большая была. Поэтому он нам дал много Тора, много мицвот, как написано, что Неймар, Адонай, Хафец, Льмат, Цитко, Ягдил Тора Вядил. Все. И на русском люди поняли, и на бухарском люди поняли, и на английском люди поняли. Like this, you cover all opinions, and people did not just hear alarm clock. Kaddish is coming up. They really learn. So the fact that they really learn, the Kadish, Al Israel that they will say right after that, it's 100% according to the Magen Avraham, and even according to the Taz. But what if you're going to go right now to a Kadish? I'm going to say it in Russian, they're not going to say it in English. People, they don't understand anything. What to do in such a case? So rely on the Taz. It's still not bracha lebatala, it's not a Kadish lebatala. You have whom to rely on. If you understand it in language and everybody understood, 100% kasher, according to everybody. If you said it in a language that not everybody understood, you still have whom to rely on to say the Kadish, even though one guy was reading, there was no minyan. It was like we have. Mullah Yaakov reads, God bless him, by Patah Eliyahu Navi. Minyan comes after. Nevertheless, the Kadish that we say right after this Patah Eliyahu Navi is allowed 100% to the halacha.